Hello everybody, this is FC7 and I am continuing my journey of archiving old Everquest quests. Today I am doing the Shaman Epic 2.0, the Blessed Spiritstaff of the Heyokah. The actual video for this was recorded in May of 2022, but I'm just doing the audio and editing right now in March of 2023. So the information is correct as of the last couple years. I can't guarantee anything in the future. I know they're coming out with some kind of update to the UI system, so who knows what's going to happen, but this is how the quest was in 22 and 23. So here we are in West Freeport, and there was a question on if this step needs to be done again. This was the very last step of the previous quest, the 1.5, but I just decided to say the phrase again to start the quest. It had been so long since I completed the 1.5, maybe even like a 5-year time span, so I just decided to go up to the Elder Spirit here and say the words. Let's see, prepare to carry on. I'm going to start the quest quick. And now, just go to Fungus Grove and find the NPC named Lupot Nukla. So this is part 1 in Fungus Grove, and I'll just put up the map as usual and just run to his location. It's a Frogluck, and I believe it's the same NPC as the 1.5 and the prequest, but I don't know for sure. So we'll just get to his location here. Somewhere up here. There he is. So we will just go through the dialogue here. So you hail him and then say the words taken by force. Now it's on to Kod'taz. And you need to find that NPC. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, but she is a little bit hidden, so I'm going to once again just show the entire run to her location. I had a little bit of trouble finding this, if I recall. And it's hard to run through this zone without seeing Viz mobs getting aggroed on you, so. So we'll just run to that location. So once you hail her, and a mob named Spiritstealer will spawn south of you and has an AE rampage, and you need to loot the necklace of perseverance and then go back to Fungus Grove. So I had a little bit of trouble with this part, if I remember right, because I hailed her and I ended up backtracking to the temple in the back. I could not find the mob whatsoever. Luckily I edited that part out because the mob just spawned right to the left of me. I didn't know that, so a little bit of a mistake there. So there's Undari. And the mob spawns right over here. So we'll just get this fight taken care of. And the necklace should be here somewhere. There it is. Now it is back to Fungus Grove. And give the necklace to Lupot. So once you give him the necklace, there's just a series of word prompts you have to go through, so I just thought I would write them down here. So during this whole thing, I was level 107, and I did use a warrior mercenary. So you'll be seeing my warrior merc out. And because I'm trying to preserve a lot of these old quests, I'm not really editing out a lot of the text dialogue as much as I used to, because maybe 100 people do this a year, probably, maybe even less. So I'm trying to focus more on preserving these quests for just a future instead of doing walkthroughs. Even though whoever is watching this is free to use this as a walkthrough, of course, but I just decided to spend a lot of time on the text dialogue. Now on to the Plane of Storms and Darkened Chanting Woodspirit. And this part was probably my most time consuming, because you're supposed to have a mob that spawns that doesn't have a name attached to it, which I don't see much of. I don't remember seeing much of in Everquest over the years. It's like a blank target name, and you hardly ever see that in this game. I think this is maybe one of a handful of times I've seen it in all my years playing. So this took me quite a while. You're supposed to just go to this location, and if it's up, you're supposed to just see a tree, but you can't really target him, or it's difficult with tracking or something. So as you can see, I got him on my target, but it took a while. I spent so much time here, I decided just to bring my berserker and just do some killing here. So that's the Darkened Chanting Woodspirit. He hits for 1500 or so and procs Branch Whirl and Decaying Foliage, and spawns several adds. They're called a Woodspirit Vanguard, which hit up to 650. And then you have to loot the piece of Moaning Timber and return to Fungus Grove with it. So this is the fight. Like I said, I brought my berserker along, so he's going to finish off the adds. these evil looking trees. Just finish these guys off. Alright, now on to the loot. And the next step. Back to Fungus Grove. So just hand that into Lupot. And get the medicine bag. It is an impervious medicine bag, and now you have to return to West Freeport and give it to the Elder Spirit. So back to West Freeport. So just hand him the medicine bag. And then just say the word Discord and it'll give you the flag for the next step. Discord and who must I seek? I should have a pouch of spirit dust. Now on to Noble's Causeway. That will be the next step here. So on to Noble's Causeway, where you have to find a NPC named Kupayop Aiku. I'm probably butchering that name. But here I am, I entered from the Wall of Slaughter, and he's right near the entrance here. So it's this frog look here. So all you have to do is hail him. I thought you had to give him the bag, but I guess not. So you can see me trying to hand in the bag to him, and he'll just return it. What you need to do is hail him, and then he disappears after you say the keyword, I am ready. So after he depops, a special version of the murkglider school leader spawns, and it's just in the regular spot where the school leader usually spawns, right across from the entrance to Wall of Slaughter here. And you need to loot the slight trace of a spirit from it. And I remember back when this was current content, the whole zone would be involved in trying to take this guy down. This was around 2006, 2005. So he was a tough fight. I remember a few times just soloing in this zone, and a raid of like 60 people would just show up or more and try to do this event. But here I was able to just solo it with a mercenary. That was pretty easy. And get the slight trace of a spirit looted. Now on to the ruined city of Dranik. So on to our COD. This is from the side version, going in from the side version while you're in the blood fields. Not the main entrance. So, on to defeat the bloated Girplan. And I will run to his location. Need to loot the reviving potion of might, and a chest can spawn afterwards with additional loot. So he's right in that room, right there. Get my mercenary out. And again, I'll just show the entire fight here. At this point, I didn't have my Shaman really well equipped. I think he still has level 85 heroic gear on. This was a year ago and I still haven't gotten him any better gear, so I needed to use a mercenary, and I don't play a Shaman very well. One of my least played characters. So I had to use this warrior merc. A skilled Shaman at this point could probably have just soloed him in a couple seconds, but unfortunately I don't really know what I'm doing with him, so making do with what I have. Get him under 30%. Okay, now just loot the reviving potion of might, and you have this step completed. And a chest did spawn, but at this point, if you're on the live servers, you don't need any of that loot. Some of it might still be good for tribute reasons, if you can tribute it. Okay, so after you're finished here, you can move on to the Muramite Proving Grounds, the MPG. So I will start at the entrance. This is from All of Slaughter. And go to his exact location. This is a long run, so I apologize. If you want to fast forward, you're welcome to. So you have to walk up to the Stilled Lightning Warrior, and that's between Rift Seekers and the Projection of Realms. This triggers the spawn of the Lightning Warrior Spiritseeker. And then there's just some kind of emote that says a Lightning Warrior Spirit Reaper suddenly appears at the will of its master and moves to attack. Its energy pulsing with determination, Lightning Warrior Spiritseeker attacks as it senses the presence of the meddlesome Norathian Shaman in a desperate attempt to protect the spirit essence that animates it. Alright, we'll have that to look forward to. Anytime I come to MPG, it's like a huge maze and I always get lost, so I need this map. Every single time, even though I've been to MPG a million times. It's like a huge rat's maze. There's where... Yep, that's a named... We used to camp that named back in the day. Around the corner. And there's another named up here. Right to the left up here is where another named spawn. It's a static spawn. Still Lightning Warrior should be around here somewhere. At this point, some of the mobs become see and vis, so just be aware too. If you're near the entrance in the zone, they're all like not see and vis, but when you get deeper in, they switch. Just deal with this trash guy first. And here is the mob we need. So all you have to do is walk close and it automatically switches to the Lightning Warrior. And a couple ads. So I guess I'll just have to get aggro first. I don't know if I had Invis on right now or if they just don't attack until you do, but there we go. So that was pretty easy. Salute the Glow and Trace of Might. now it's on to Dragon Necropolis. Luckily, this one is pretty easy. You just have to stay near the entrance and just kill as many phase spiders as you can. So just attack these white spiders and hopefully you can get the drop, which is a Spirit Touch Phase Spider Thorax, and you need 2 of them. And surprisingly, this took quite a while for me to do. I expected just to come in and maybe spend 5 minutes here, but it ended up being like 20. Because I cleared out this first round of phase spiders, and I maybe got 1 drop, but then I had to wait for respawns. And if you know anything about Dragon Necropolis, you know that respawns here take forever. This is the zone where the famous mob Vaniki spawns, and he has some kind of weird respawn timer where it can take weeks. Maybe someday I'll do a video on him. So here I have 2, and now you have to do the combine. You have to combine the 2 thoraxes, the Reviving Potion of Might, the Glowing Trace of Might, and the Spirit Trace of Spirit, the Slight Trace of Spirit, and the Pouch of Spirit Dust to receive a Glowing Spirit Charm of Might. Alright, so you have to take that to the Elder Spirit again in West Freeport. So just hand it in. Then say, what Spiritcaller? How can you survive? This blue text is a bit different than what I'm reading because I think the guide I'm reading is from before they started to do the text phrases, the highlighted text phrases. So, in case you're wondering. Now on to the Wall of Slaughter for the Spiritcaller beads. So you zone in. This is just from the Guild Hall teleporter. And you need to find Hudar Triton. There's his coordinates. To talk to him safely, you will have to pull and kill the mob behind him. But I don't think you have to worry about that if you're a high level. I'm just reading the guide here. And I think what I did was I just parked one of my alts next to him so I knew where he was. That's why you see the glowing line there. I don't think he's actually on find. So there's Hudar. Then you say caller, fooled, and then this should spawn the discordling Spiritcaller. So we'll have to find him. He spawns on top of the wall in the northwestern section, just past the area with Pyrak and east of the Girplan. He spawns with 2 level 70 spirit-bound Furens, which when killed spawn a 3 level 65 of spirit-bound Chimeras. For each spirit-bound Furen killed, 6 total. Loot Spiritcaller beads from his corpse. A chest can spawn with additional loot. Alright, that's from the guide I'm reading. And I think somehow I pulled a raid mob as I was doing this. The giant Girplan. And that's for the Wizard Epic 1.5, I believe. So somehow he was aggroed. But it didn't make any difference. I still got this fight. I think this was a little bit of a close call because I had to heal my mercenary, and as you can see, that raid mob was accidentally aggroed, but I still got through this okay. So again, I'm showing the entire fight here. I guess if you're a lower level, you'd want to clear out that raid mob first, that Girplan. Because right now, I guarantee if you were to look at my spell window, you would see a lot of spells hitting us right now. And a lot of these spells that they cast, it doesn't matter what your resists are, it'll go right through them. See, my mercenary is at 37% right now. Luckily, I knew that shamans could ghetto heal, so I was doing some of that. And my swarm pets. Now I can finally loot the item. Spiritcaller beads. And I got to finish off that meddlesome extra raid mob, So at this point, I recommend going to Anguish and getting a globe of discordant energy. This step is required in every Epic 2.0, and I go over it in every video. Like I always mention, I do have a video on how to go in there and solo one. Or you can just ask your server. Maybe somebody on your server will help. It's really easy to get one. Alright, so now back to the Elder Spirit and finishing up this quest. Give the Spiritcaller beads to the Elder Spirit. And hand in the globe, of course. So that's the globe you get from these Helm Anguish, and then just click on prepare for the ceremony. I am prepared for the ceremony, and the rest of this is just following him and going through a very long, it's not like it's kind of like a cutscene, but not really. It's just a script that plays out. So you follow this wolf, and like a 10 or 15 minute script plays out where a bunch of other wolves come, And at the end, you can get your Epic 2.0, but you have to sit through this entire thing. So because this takes so long, I'm just going to mute my commentary right now, and you can just follow along. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so now that the script has run, just say the highlighted dialogue, hand in your Epic 1.5, and you should be finished with the quest. So I'm going to hand in my Crafted Talisman of Fates, make sure that there's no augmentations attached, of course. Got your 2.0, and there's an achievement as well. So there you go, there's the Epic 2.0 achievement. And that's it for the quest. Of all the quests I've done for epics, this one had the longest script. There was another one, the Beast Lord one, that had a pretty long script at the end as well. That's the only negative thing I can say about this one. Luckily, there wasn't too much crafting involved either. So this is just a little something I do after every epic. Just add it to my collection of epics in my guild yard. Check out my video on the Guild Writ of the Sunrise, and you can see how I created this entire yard here, just from the Guild Writ. So place my Epic 2.0 here, and that is it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to have more videos preserving a lot of these great old quests in the future. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and thank you for watching.